Imagine for a second that you are a caveman. It's roughly 2 million years ago. Your daily routine consists of waking up, trying not to get eaten by a giant cat, and spending about 6 straight hours chewing on raw roots, tough leaves, and whatever dead animal you manage to scrape off the dirt. Your jaw constantly hurts, your teeth are ground down to dust, and eating is not a fun experience. It is a grueling, miserable chore. Then, one day, somebody in your tribe makes a massive mistake. They accidentally drop their hard-earned chunk of raw meat directly into a roaring fire. Today, if you drop a steak in a campfire, you throw it away and order a pizza. But 2 million years ago, there was no pizza. You had to eat your mistakes. So some brave, incredibly reckless ancestor of ours reached into the ashes, pulled out a charred, smoking piece of meat, took a bite, and accidentally altered the entire course of human evolution.
When you really think about it, the invention of cooking is completely insane. No other animal on the planet intentionally alters the chemical composition of its food with extreme heat before eating it. If you gave a lion a perfectly grilled medium-rare ribeye, it wouldn't know what to do with it. But for early humans, discovering the barbecue was essentially the greatest software update in biological history. Before we started cooking, our ancestors, specifically Homo erectus, were spending an absurd amount of their daily energy just digesting food. Raw meat and tough plants take a massive toll on the stomach and intestines. Our digestive tracts had to be huge just to process the raw calories we were consuming.
But fire changed all the rules. When you cook food, the heat acts as a sort of pre-digestion. It breaks down tough proteins, softens plant fibers, and kills off deadly bacteria. Suddenly, eating went from a 6-hour jaw workout to a quick, highly efficient calorie dump. Because our bodies no longer had to work overtime just to break down raw antelope, our digestive tracts actually started to shrink. We didn't need massive cow-like stomachs anymore. And this is where the real magic happened. By shrinking our gut, our bodies suddenly had a massive surplus of leftover energy. And nature, being the incredibly efficient system that it is, took all of that extra energy and funneled it directly into the most expensive, power-hungry organ we have, the brain.
It is a literal scientific fact that the human brain could not have grown to its current size on a raw food diet. Our brains consume about 20% of our total daily calories, despite making up only 2% of our body weight. If you tried to power a modern human brain purely on raw leaves and uncooked meat, you would have to spend over 9 hours a day doing nothing but chewing, just to avoid starving to death. Cooking food was the ultimate life hack. It unlocked a dense, highly efficient source of energy that allowed our brains to triple in size over the next million years. We stopped being just another ape on the food chain and started inventing tools, language, agriculture, and eventually, the internet.
So, whoever that first hominid was, the guy who dropped his dinner in the fire and decided to eat the crispy remains anyway, we owe him everything. He didn't just invent the barbecue. He gave us the biological fuel required to become the dominant species on this planet. Without that one accidental chef, we wouldn't have skyscrapers, we wouldn't have space travel, and you definitely wouldn't have the brain capacity to sit here and watch a stick figure explain human history. If you're grateful for cooked food, hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to chew your dinner.